The causes of the strike is basically on the care being given to the doctors are not adequate. So you can imagine when somebody is getting just 5,000 naira as a basic asset allowance. Also, the doctors are fighting for life insurance. They should insure their life. They need to be insured, but the government doesn't want to do that.
Can we meet you, sir?
Okay, good morning. I am Dr. Aroyehin Wahab Ayanfe. I work with Lagos State Health Service Commission. My unit is Ifakojaye General Hospital.
So can you explain to us what are some of the challenges that doctors are facing during this pandemic?
Basically, the challenges are mainly protective reasons. They as in like the PPE, the personal protective equipment, are not actually adequate because the doctors also need to be protected. So we are not getting enough of this equipment and safeguarding the doctors so that can face the challenge adequately. Other things I also want to talk about is the like in Lagos State now, the crowd is too much. The patients are so many. The doctors are not actually enough to face the crowd. When you are working with like one doctor to 200 patients, like if most of us that are working in the herbs and gynae department, we have like one doctor to 200, and even at times in ANC clinic, we have like 250 patients to attend to in a day. So the challenge, the doctors are not actually enough to face the challenge, and the work is just somehow, you know, I can say it's over. Like we are overworked, sort of.
We gather that resident doctors are currently on strike. What can you say about the causes of the strike? What actually caused the strike?
The causes of the strike is basically on the care being given to the doctors are not adequate. The doctors need more care too themselves because they are also family and they are also protect themselves so that they won't be infected. Apart from being taken care of, the resident doctors are fighting, for increased allowance. On basically what they are fighting for is just the asset allowance, which the government said they are providing or they are meeting up to their expectation. But I can guarantee you that is well, I don't know. Maybe it's a political statement. The resident doctors are asking for a 50% of their basic allowance to be their hazard allowance for those doctors that are working in isolation centers, and they are also asking for 40% of the basic allowance, to be paid for the doctors that are not working in the isolation center. The isolation center is where you can easily be contacted with this virus, and like in Lagos State where I work now, the Lagos State government are paying just 5,000 naira monthly as a hazard allowance. Sometimes in April, they promise to increase to 20,000 naira monthly, which they did for just 1 month. They have stopped. So you can imagine when somebody is getting just 5,000 naira as a basic asset allowance. Also, the doctors are fighting for life insurance. They should insure their life. They need to be insured, but the government doesn't want to do that. In the other countries, the insurance is there. They are provided, with insurance. They are insured. Their life are insured in case of anything. So many doctors nowadays are getting infected. So, and they're also asking for if at all the doctors are infected, you understand, God forbid bad things, but it's happening because there is no way you can be perfect in protecting yourself. And other things, that challenges me personally as I encounter or I observe is the fact that even with the pandemic on, you understand, to even get screen is problem. To even get screen is problem. The doctors are not getting screen. You understand? They are not getting special, that special special care or special so that when they are contacted with anybody, that any patient that has COVID-19, this will be taken care of, maybe isolation, then proper testing. I have a similar experience when a doctor was tested positive in my department. We were told to go and do screening. I went to the stadium where they are doing the screening in my center, and they said, no, I cannot be tested that day because I have to be given an appointment. It's only Monday and Wednesday they have to call somebody. And I said no, until I have to call the person in charge of the COVID-19 in my unit. They have to talk to them before they can screen me. So there's no special concession for any doctor to be screened. When you get there, you see that this thing is like it's politicized. People that are even screened, they are not even all those students that are don't even need the screening. They don't even contact. They don't even have any contact with any patient. But we that we are working and having contact almost every day, we are at the front line now. We are not given that concession. And even getting results is another thing. Getting results, I tested myself and I was waiting for almost 1 week before I could get results. When I was calling my COVID-19 manager in my unit, he kept on assuring me, if you don't get a result on time, that means you are negative. What kind of test is that? They should let us know the results. Maybe 24 hours, 48 hours max.
But the health minister is of the opinion that this government is actually taking care of doctors, especially at this time. Would you say that is true?
I don't think that is true. I don't know whether you are aware that there was a previous interview with the House of Assembly where the minister said he doesn't know anything about hazard allowance. He's not aware, or he doesn't know. I don't think maybe you can ask people, or I'm sure you'll be aware. It's a recent interview with Honorable Miller where they interviewed the minister. He said it is not. So how can they say they are taking care of the other allowance?
But they made promises to pay this hazard allowance a few days before the strike began.
But a few days before the strike began, but they have been giving ultimatum. You do something in 2 weeks' time, we are waiting for this. You refuse to do it. Why waiting for a day before the strike? Should have done this earlier. Prevention is better than cure. You understand? They should have done it when they are negotiating. Before doctors are human beings and intelligent people. They do the right thing most of the time. But people don't see it like that. People always capitalize on the hopes that you people are doing humanitarian work. You should do this, you should do that, but it's beyond that. It's beyond that. They are also human beings. They need care. Many doctors are dying. A nurse just died last week at last of this coronavirus. Like that. There are countless numbers of health workers that are dying because of this infection. So I don't think they are doing the best. Maybe they may be trying, but to say they have promised to give them, promise that they will not fulfill. The Lagos State that promised to be giving 20,000 naira as allowance, is it even too small for a doctor as an allowance for a whole month? 20,000, and you pay for 1 month, you are paying 5,000 naira. I can't compare it with any other profession or whether political appointment because I'm not too aware of their allowances, but I know that is too ridiculous.
Now that doctors are on strike, what are some of these effects that this is leaving on patients?
Okay, we are. I can say maybe on behalf of Nigerians and doctors, this is an inevitable strike. which I'm sure it's not going to last long. We don't, doctors generally will not allow it to affect the patient. Even if there is strike, the strike does not. I'm sure the people at the isolation centers are not 100% on strike. They are not. They are exempted from the strike, from what I from the information I heard about the strike. So the people that be patient in the isolation center are still being taken care of. People that are working at the screening center, they are still working. Even that yesterday, I observed most of my colleagues still went to Yaba to be screened, and there are doctors that are screening them, including the medical laboratory officers too. So they are still working. It's not a total strike per se. You understand? So, but people at the grassroots, they are the one that may be affected. Well, I think the strike is going to be called off as soon as the government, respond to their request. So, and people that are working at the emergency, emergency care is still gone on. Yes, the emergency is not shut down. So there is no way you will not get a doctor on duty at any particular time. It's not a total strike that you will not get anybody to attend to the patient. So there are people that are at the emergency, they are exempted from the strike, they still work. So that is what I noticed, and with that, I think it's not going to affect the patient too much.